I'm going to look at some chord progressions of some popular songs, some verses or choruses, sometimes both, and we're going to look at them and see how some of the popular songs that we know and love are really just comprised of simple patterns. Here's the Lady Gaga song, Just Dance. This is the chorus, but the whole tune is pretty much based on this type of pattern, and it's a simple little two-bar pattern. In C sharp minor, it's going 1 to the flat 3, flat 7 to 4 minor. So C sharp minor, E, B, F sharp. So it's a pretty simple pattern, but with the production and arrangement and lyrics, we have Just Dance. So nothing fancy going on here. 1 minor going to the flat third, a major chord, which is the relative major. And then we have the flat 7 and the 4 minor. So it's a simple little pattern repeating over and over. Let's go to the next example now. And I have here California Girls by Katy Perry. Let's listen a little bit. This is all the verse. And now the pre-chorus coming up. To the chorus. So we see here, again, it's a simple little pattern, and the verse and the chorus share the exact same chords. Some of the production changes, but the chord progression itself is the same. So we have here A minor going up a half tone to B flat, and then C and D minor, and that's the full pattern. So if you look at it as A minor, you have the one chord going up to the flat 2, and then the flat 3 and 4 minor. So you can look at it that way, or you could look at it as being in the key of C, where you're starting on the 6th chord, going into flat 7, and then the 1 chord and 2 chord. And then for the pre-chorus, we have a simple little build-up where we go C to D minor to B flat, repeated twice. And that leads up to the climax of the new production elements that are introduced in the chorus, but based on the same chord pattern. Let's move on to the next example. And here we have Boogie Oogie Oogie, the old disco tune. And this, again, is based on simple vamps. So let's give a listen to this. 3 chords in the verse, and now coming up to the chorus. And then back to the verse. So you can see there's not a lot happening harmonically here. We're going 6 minor to 2 minor, and then the 1 chord, it's kind of like a C sus, a B flat triad over a C bass, which is kind of like a C sus. We got the B flat, F, and D. It's like a C sus 9. But basically, if we look at this song being in the key of C, we're going 6, 2, and then the 1 with the sus. So really not a lot going on. And then the chorus is basically the same thing, but we're adding in 1 more chord. So we're going to the 5 minor 7. So we're going 6, 2, 5 minor 7, and then 1 sus. Or you could think of this song as being in the key of F, but we never really hit the tonic chord, where we're going 3, 6, 2, 5, 3, 6, 2, sus 5. And then on the verses, 3, 6, and then the dominant. It's actually probably a more accurate way of looking at it, even though we never really do hear the F chord. It's sort of implied. But again, here's a whole song built on a nice distinctive bass line, which is the hook and the clavinet part, but a simple little chord pattern, only slightly embellished on the chorus. So very simple chord progression. Let's look at the next example here. And now we're going to look at another old disco tune, I Will Survive. And this is based on more traditional circle of fifth type harmony. We're going up a cycle of fifths, G minor 7, C minor 7, F7, B flat major 7, E flat major 7, A half diminished, D7 sus to D7. And that's the section. So it's in G minor, but we're going up all the cycle. It's kind of like G minor or B flat major, depending how you want to look at it. If you look at it at B flat major 7, we're going 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, and then the tritone substitute A minor 7 flat 5 to D7, leading us back to G minor, going to the top. This is very similar chord progression to Autumn Leaves. Let's listen. So nice circle of fourths type of harmony, like Autumn Leaves or Fly Me to the Moon. They're all based on this type of progression, where it starts on the 6th chord, in the case of B flat major, and cycles through. So very similar to Fly Me to the Moon as well. So there you go, some traditional harmonies used in a disco tune. Let's go to the next example, and we're going to look now at Let's Get It Started by Black Eyed Peas. And again, this is a 2-bar vamp based on 4 chords. In B minor, we're going 1 minor to flat 3, to flat 6 to 5, very similar to one of the earlier tunes we looked at. 1, flat 3, flat 6, and 5. And we have the add 9 in the D, so that E natural there gives it a bit of a distinct character. Let's listen. Same chords, just punches. So the bass line gives it its unique, distinct hook, and of course the lyrics and melody are very memorable, but simple 2-bar pattern here based on 4 chords. Let's go to the next example, and we're going to look at another old disco tune, We Are Family. Now in this song, the verse hovers around 1 and then 5 minor, 4 dominant. 1, 5 minor, 4 dominant. But then there's a little bit of a surprise in the bridge. It shifts nicely and it goes to the 1 dominant. It gives it kind of a bluesy feel and goes down to the flat 7 dominant. So we have 1, 5 minor, 4, 1, 5 minor, 4 dominant. And then we have 1 dominant, flat 7 dominant, 4, and then flat 7 dominant sus. So here, you'll notice this is interesting. We have here in this pattern, in the chorus, it's a 4-bar pattern, G7, F9, C, and F over E flat. So really what this is we have the 4, flat 7 to 1 cadence. We're going 4, and then flat 7, which is an F7 chord, back down to the 1. But instead of just a straight F7, we're having it kind of like an F7 sus with that E flat triad, E flat, G, and B flat. It's kind of like an F9 sus. So here's that cadence implemented in a pop song here, 4, flat 7 to 1, except the 1 is dominant. So lots of nice little variations here. Let's listen. Now coming up on the chorus. So again, simple 4-chord pattern, 1 chord to a bar, 1 dominant, flat 7 dominant, 4, and then the flat 7 sus, although it's voiced like this, E flat with an F in the bass. So again, you see here how some simple little chord progressions can really be the foundation of solid pop music. Stay tuned, see you for more in the next video.